Hey everyone, hope you're well. In this video, I would like to discuss what exactly is multitasking. Is multitasking even possible? I would also like to debunk the popular belief behind multitasking and give my views on why I think multitasking is pure nonsense. So, what is multitasking? How do we define multitasking? The traditional definition is doing more than one task at any given point of time. Please note the distinction here. It is not having two tasks on your platter. It is hands on doing those two tasks at the same time in a concurrent fashion and as effectively as you would do any one of them. Let's consider the simplest of examples. One of the examples can be listening to music and let's say writing a script for this YouTube video at the same time. Another one can be driving to office while listening to a podcast at the same time. A more complex example can be working out a formula at Excel and concurrently attending a meeting. Moving ahead, let's pick up any such example from your daily life that you would frequently multitask. For our discussion, pick up an example where a little bit of productivity is required, where for doing any of the tasks in isolation, a little bit of thinking is required. By the way, I believe that even in menial physical tasks, like let's say filling up a water bottle, or let's say putting on clothes and so on, we subconsciously do think, although since practice makes a man perfect, and we have been doing these menial tasks since long, we don't realize that even in these little tasks, some portion of our conscious or subconscious brain power is required. Now let's do an experiment. Post you have picked up an example involving any two tasks. Over the next 3-4 days, try to do these two tasks in isolation, that is, one by one and not concurrently with each other. While doing these tasks, ensure you are not doing anything else, you are not thinking anything else. You will discover an entirely different hidden reality behind the task chosen by you. You will realize the music is more mellifluous than it used to be. You will realize that you are able to frame much better sentences. You will realize that you are able to write a much better formula in Excel in much less time. You will realize that you are able to take that shower much quickly. Mind you, by saying that multitasking is nonsense, I don't mean to say that you can't do two things together. What I mean to say is that you could not do those things as effectively as you would like to do as compared to when you were doing them in isolation individually. What I mean to say that you can't do those two things together while deriving the same joy. What I mean to say is that you can't do those things with a quicker turnaround time in a more productive way. So isn't then multitasking complete nonsense? Doesn't then multitasking defeat the purpose? I mean, it is common sense that you might even for a certain while even do these 5 tasks at the same time. But why would you choose to do the same if you lose something in each of them? Why do everywhere, anywhere we keep on getting lessons of multitasking? I would allege that nothing like multitasking truly exists. It is unreal and a complete hokum. So from next time, think on only doing one task at a time, smash it, and move on to the other task. Thanks everyone, and have a nice day ahead.